The Tale of Narenj and Toranj, a Persian fairy tale. Long ago, in a distant kingdom, there lived a king and queen who had everything, except a child. The king prayed every day, asking the heavens to grant him a son. One day, he made a vow. If I ever have a child, I will fill an entire fountain with honey and give it away to the people. Time passed. Then, one day, a dervish came to the royal palace and handed the queen a single apple. "Split this in half," he said. "Eat one half yourself and give the other to the king. You will bear a child." The queen did exactly as she was told, and soon after, she became pregnant. In time, she gave birth to a son, whom they named Prince Ibrahim. He grew strong and kind, and on his 15th birthday, the king honored his promise. He filled a great fountain with golden honey and invited the people to take as much as they wished. Among the crowd was an old woman carrying a clay jar. As she filled it and turned to leave, Prince Ibrahim, young and impulsive, struck the jar with his staff. It shattered, and the honey spilled everywhere. The old woman glared at him and shouted, "May you fall into the fate of Narenj and Toranj!" Startled, the prince asked, "What is Narenj and Toranj?" But the old woman refused to answer. "Tell me," he demanded, "or I shall ask my father to have you punished." She replied, "If you want to know the truth, go to your mother. Ask her for some wheat and hemp seed, but insist she gives it to you with her own hands, warm, straight from the stove. When she puts it in your pocket, ask her to reach into that pocket and feel how much is inside. Then, grab her hand and do not let go until she tells you the truth." Prince Ibrahim followed the instructions carefully. When his mother reached into his pocket, he seized her hand and asked, "What is Narenj and Toranj?" His mother hesitated. "Why do you ask? Do you think you can find them?" "Tell me," he pleaded. "I must know." Finally, she gave in. "Let go of my hand, and I will tell you." She handed him a round of bread, a jug of water, and a sharp sword. "Go to the desert," she said. "There, you'll find a sleeping demon with claws like tree branches. Cut its nails to wake it. It will guide you." The prince obeyed. In the desert, he found the demon, cut its monstrous nails, and waited. The beast awoke and asked, "Who dares wake me?" "I seek Narenj and Toranj," said the prince. The demon gave him strands of its own hair and sent him to a deep well. "Give these to my cousin inside. He will guide you further." Inside the well, another demon accepted the hairs and handed the prince a pouch of needles, a bag of salt, and a jug of water. Then he carried the prince on his back to a great fortress. "Go inside," the demon said. "You'll find a garden. Open every door that's closed, and close every door that's open. Lift every tree that stands, and pull down those that have fallen. Do this until you reach the tree of Narenj and Toranj. Pick the fruit, but be careful. The first fruit will speak, the second too. After the third, turn and run. Don't look back. If demons chase you, drop the needles. They'll become a forest of thorns. If they keep coming, throw the salt. It will become a desert. And if they still pursue, pour the water. It will become an ocean they cannot cross." The prince entered the garden and followed every instruction. At last, he reached the enchanted tree and began picking the glowing fruits. As he picked the first, it cried out, "Picked! Picked! Who picked? Prince Ibrahim picked!" The second cried the same, the third as well. And then he ran, without looking back. The demons chased him. He threw down a needle. A forest of thorns grew. Still they came. He scattered the salt. A desert appeared, burning their feet. Still they came. He poured the water. An ocean rose, deep and endless. The demons turned back. Safe at last, the prince sat by the sea. He cut open one of the fruits, and inside was a single drop of blood. The second held the same. Saddened and confused, he kept the third fruit and fell asleep. When he awoke, a beautiful girl was sitting beside him, cradling his head in her lap. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am the soul inside the third fruit," she said. "The other two were my sisters. You killed them without knowing." The prince was devastated. He promised to care for her always, but she had no clothes, so he placed her in the branches of a tree and set off to find something for her to wear. Nearby, a servant from the palace came to the water to fill her jug. She saw the reflection of the girl in the water and thought it was her own. Jealous and cunning, she climbed the tree, tricked the girl, and cut off her head, tossing it into the ocean. But the earth is full of strange magic. From the blood that fell to the ground, a flower bloomed beside the sea. One day, a kind dervish found it and brought it home. His wife, who begged in the streets, began to notice something odd. Each day, when she returned, the house was spotless, the food prepared, the chores done. Curious, she hid one morning and watched as a young girl emerged from the flower and began tidying the house. When she tried to return to the flower, the woman stopped her. The girl told her everything. "Stay with me," said the kind woman. "You are now my daughter." Back in the palace, the wicked servant, now pretending to be the prince's bride, was pregnant. The king announced that every girl in the city must come help sew clothes for the coming child. The flower girl, now adopted, went too. When she saw the wicked servant, she stayed silent. But when asked to tell a story for entertainment, she revealed her tale in full. Prince Ibrahim was listening from behind a door. When he heard her voice and story, he burst into the room. "Where have you been?" he cried. "I've searched everywhere." They embraced, and the truth came out. The servant was dragged away, and the prince married his true love. For 7 nights and 7 days the kingdom celebrated. And as for the wicked woman, her hair was tied to the tail of a wild horse, and she was banished to the desert, never to return again.